Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how we can use a QR code to do the checking process at a terminal using Tload. Before I dive into the details, let me just show a quick process overview slide. So this slide kind of shows the overall process. So basically what we have here is a lease or an oil well that produces crude oil. The output gets hauled via truck to the terminal or to the refinery. At the refinery, there's a system called Tload. That system is going to basically process this truck into the refinery. Okay, and to do that, the driver of the truck has to interact with this system called Tload, and they have to basically perform 3 steps in order to complete that transaction and complete that bill of lading. Okay, so in this particular case, we're offloading. So we're offloading crude from a lease to a refinery or a terminal. The system here is called Tload, and in order to complete this process or transaction, the driver will go through 3 main steps: check in, taking the in weight, taking the out weight. Let me repeat that: check in, taking the in weight, and finally taking the out weight. By taking the out weight in this particular process, the transaction is considered complete. This is not always the case, but in this particular scenario I'm presenting, that completes the transaction, taking the out weight. So let's just kind of look at this check-in process in detail. What happens here? So this is the Tload system. It basically consists of a touchscreen HMI, or a screen that the driver interacts with. Currently, the driver at the check-in process, they have to enter this information. They have to key in their driver ID, the order ID, the lease number, vehicle, and trailer. So in this particular case, the check-in process consists of these 4 steps. Driver ID, so they key in the driver ID. Then Tload checks the database and makes sure that that driver is set up or exists. It's also going to check if that order number exists or not, and it's going to do some validations on the lease number. It's going to basically make sure that the driver taps in the same lease number they're hauling from. This is to avoid inaccuracies or misuse of orders. This process here in this green box, we are going to replace it with a barcode or a QR code. So the driver at the Tload screen, instead of typing all that stuff in, they're going to just scan a QR code. The QR code is going to contain all this stuff: driver ID, order number, lease number, and so on. And once the barcode check-in or the QR code is successful, the system is going to go quickly. It's going to go immediately to the take in weight screen. Okay, so that's the big picture process. Let me now go through a quick demo. Actually, before I start, let me show you what our current barcode looks like and what it consists of. So this is what the current QR code that we're going to use. It's going to look something like this, and it's going to encode some information, namely this information, and I'll go over it in details in just a bit. So I've got this barcode printed on a piece of paper right in my hand, and I've got a barcode or a QR code scanner, and I'm going to scan it, and I'm going to see what it encodes to. Let me come to this notepad. Okay, I'm going to now scan this QR code. 1, 2, 3, scan. Okay, I just scanned it. Let's see what's in it. So we have the order number, lease number, driver ID, vehicle number, trailer numbers, hence we have the array, and carrier. So once I scan this QR code into the Tload system, so let me go back to the PowerPoint. Once the driver scans that QR code with that handheld barcode scanner, the system is going to infer all the stuff. If it's all good, it's going to check him in, and it's going to go immediately to the in-wait screen. So let's try that. So what you're looking at here is basically what that screen looks like at the terminal or in the refinery. So when the driver walks into that God shack or wherever, that's what they're going to see on that screen. And there's going to be a handheld barcode scanner mounted next to it. They're going to grab that barcode scanner and they're going to take their QR code either on the phone or from a piece of paper, and they're going to scan it. So let me do that. I'm going to take this QR code and I'm going to scan it. I just did. So basically, in this case, everything went smoothly. The system, let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation. It verified the driver ID, the order number, lease number, a trailer, and vehicle, and it went immediately to the in-wait screen. So let me come to the in-wait here screen. So I'm going to click on take in-wait. Okay. So this is exactly what the driver is going to do. He's going to just he's going to just wait for the correct moment to take the in-wait, and they're going to hit the button take in-wait. Let me do that. So at this point of time, I have a bill of lading in process. This is the driver ID here, because I mean this is the name based on the driver ID. Okay, I just clicked on it. Let me go back here. I'm going to click on it one more time. Okay, let me just review the check-in information one more time. So basically, the system managed to find that driver ID, and this is their PIN number. This is the driver ID or the driver name based on this ID here. Okay. Tload found this driver. This is the carrier, lease number. This is the product, and this is an inbound, meaning they're gonna offload. Let me hit next here. This is the vehicle, okay, which is based on the barcode. It's M652, that's correct, M652. And we have two trailers here. Based on the barcode, I think they're correct, okay. Okay. I think here we replace the comma with a dash, okay. Next. Basically, this is the check-in information. I just kind of went over it one more time. So let me go back to the home page. Okay. So we're back at this page where when the driver takes the in-wait, the system is going to be back at this page. Now to finish this bill of lading, the driver needs to take the out-wait, and that's the last step. If you come back to the PowerPoint here. So the out-wait completes this bill of lading or a transaction. Well, let's go back to the screen. This can be done in two ways. The driver can click on this card and they say take out-wait, okay? And I can click the button take out-wait, or he can rescan the barcode one more time. So I'm gonna rescan the barcode, and it goes to this overview screen, and I can take the out-wait. By the way, the system can be configured to go immediately to the out-wait screen instead of this overview screen. Let me just repeat that. So on the second scan of the QR code, i.e. at the time of out-wait, the system can be configured to come to this button immediately and skipping this screen. So let me come here. I'm going to take the out-wait, done, And as you can see, that BOL has disappeared from the active BOL list. And this concludes the video. Thank you.